The Black Panther movement. The Black Panther movement was founded by Huey Newton and Bobby Seale in October 1966 in Oakland, California. The Black Panther movement was built off of Malcolm X's ideology on standing up for yourself and fighting back against oppression and for equality. They believed that the nonviolent methods used by Martin Luther King Jr. were passive and changed nothing. They also believed that they were separate from the United States, like the Native Americans were viewed. There were strict lines to become a Panther because the leaders did not want to attract members that would abuse the title of the Black Panthers for their own benefit. They also created a 10-point program, which was kind of a list of grievances against what the white community was doing to them. The first one was, we want freedom, we want power to determine the destiny of our black community. This one was put in place because they didn't believe that they had freedom because of the oppression they faced and the brutality. The second one was, we want full employment for our people. This was because in the South, many black people weren't employed by white people. The third one was, we want an end to the robbery by the capitalists of our black community. They were also a socialist group, and they believed that capitalism was hindering them in society. The fourth one was, we want decent housing fit for the shelter of human beings. They listed this because they felt that they were being forced to live in houses that weren't up to code and appropriate to be lived in. The sixth one was, we want education for our people that exposes the true nature of this decadent American society. We want education that teaches us of our true history and our role in the present day society. They listed this because they believed that they had an unequal education compared to white children, and they also weren't being taught the facts of their history of the Civil War and the oppression that they faced. The seventh one was, we want an immediate end to police brutality and murder of our black people. This is listed because they wanted police to stop beating them and arresting them and killing them without facing any punishment. The eighth one was, we want freedom for all black men held in federal, state, county, and city prisons and jails. They listed this because they felt that African Americans were wrongfully imprisoned and didn't actually commit the crimes, and the juries that held them made the wrong decision. The ninth one was, we want all black people, when brought to trial, to be tried in court by a jury of their peer group or people from their black communities, as defined by the Constitution of the United States. This is listed because most black people faced all white juries that would wrongfully imprison them for crimes they didn't commit. And the last one was, we want land, bread, housing, education, clothing, justice, and peace. The last one basically states that they just want to be equal and have natural rights and be treated as humans should. The Black Panthers created a newspaper called the Black Panther to send their message on what they were for. They marched on California state capitol fully armed to protest against the state's attempt to outlaw carrying loaded weapons in public and were arrested by police. The California state tried to outlaw carrying loaded weapons in public because of the Black Panther movement. This is the first this is significant because it is the first time the government questions the people's Second Amendment and the right to bear arms. After this, the protest was broken up by the police. Afterwards, Huey Newton was arrested for supposedly killing a cop. This started the Free Huey movement, which was the Panthers protesting against Huey's arrest. The FBI also fought against the Panthers by assassinating their leaders. The Black Panther movement is significant because it's one of the first movements that were pro-violence against the oppression that African Americans faced, and also showed how there were many different groups and ideologies in the civil rights movement. They also started the controversy surrounding the right to bear arms. The end.